The tense hacker drama Mr. Robot is routinely hailed as one of the most realistic depictions of computer hacking ever made.
People are screen capturing the images on the computer screens and looking at them to see if they're real. And they are real.
And the show's Easter eggs are so next level, watching it might actually turn you into steam. But before we proceed, please note, Mr. Robot's creator is essentially a not annoying M. Night Shyamalan.
It was like it was meant to be.
Sam Esmail does it all. He's the showrunner, writer and director. And like M. Night, he loves cameos, appearing right here in the first episode. But his best Hitchcock comes as the protagonist, Elliot, has an identity breakdown.
Finding too much, too little, nothing at all.
But that's utter small fry compared to what the show gets up to in Season 2. It all begins with the Season 2 trailer, which was dropped online 2 months before the new season began. At about 40 seconds in, you can clearly see a phone number on an evidence box. Now, if you rang that number, you'd hear the following.
Thank you for calling the eCorp helpline. Following recent events, we are experiencing unusually heavy caller volume. To avoid waiting and for more information, please visit our help page at
In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present.
That's a quote from Francis Bacon, an English philosopher from the 17th century. These tones, which go on for a bit, represents binary code, which looks a bit like this. Now, if you take the zeros to be A's and the ones to be B's, the code looks something like this. Now, remember Francis Bacon. He created a cipher in 1605, and if you use that to decode this mess, you end up with... This is, of course, a URL which takes you to this Illuminati-esque website. If you write down the numbers and the letters the eye looks at, you get a hex sequence, which when translated to text spells... This wasn't an invitation to examine your ceiling for clues, but instead to look closely at the blinking cursor. If your brain hasn't leaked out your ears by now, you might notice it's blinking in Morse code. This code gives you this phrase. When typed in, it takes you to a new website. Before the Season 2 premiere, you could request a Mr. Robot t-shirt, but now it asks you to sign up to a mailing list, seemingly without any irony. The Season 2 Easter eggs don't stop there. In the season premiere, a QR code appears in Elliot's notebook. Scanning the code takes you to this abomination of a website. It's for something called Confectora Industries. It has been made for Netscape 3.0, which makes the website about 21 years old. That's around the same time Elliot was hurt during an accident when he was a kid. Confectora Industries also appears on the cover of Elliot's notebook. Confectora is Latin for imagination or fantasy. It's fitting because, as revealed in Season 1, the Mr. Robot character, played by Christian Slater, is in fact a Tyler Durden-esque hallucination of Elliot's dead father.
Elliot, what are you doing here?
You didn't see him?
But it's also led to a theory that just about everything in the show is a figment of Elliot's imagination. But finally, perhaps the most off-the-chart "why would you do this" Easter egg belongs to the 5th episode of Season 2. The episode begins with this weird series of tones.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm hacking the FBI.
It's not just a funky piece of sound design. Fans fed the tones into audio editing software and found that if you apply spectrum analysis, this image appears. The text says "hang in there" and is an obvious reference to this famous yet depressing motivational poster. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more hidden away in the show. But for now, Mr. Robot, we salute you. You truly are the next level Easter egg generator.
Play it again.